hot here as well.
Yeah, lots of phones, yeah. They never put money over here.
Tony?
Could that day have gone much better for you?
No, I don't. I think everything what you want to see as a manager you saw in this game. So there were difficult moments for us. I think United started really well. Conceded 1 or 2 corner kicks in that moment. But we fought ourselves through those moments. Then we got a disallowed goal, but there was no negative reaction at all. We just kept on playing afterwards. Scoring 3, could have scored more. 2 important saves from Ali in the second half. So everything was there. And maybe the one was most important is the work rate was incredible by all of them without the ball. And that makes it as a very positive day today, yeah.
First 3 games, 9 points, no goals allowed. Which is the thing you're most proud of?
I normally don't use the word proud, but what I think we did very well in all 3 games is, like I just mentioned, is the work rate without the ball. So we try to press the opponent as high as we can, but if they play through or over or press, I see everybody working really hard to make sure we don't need Ali. And sometimes we do, and then it's a good thing that we have a real good goalkeeper. What impressed me most today was the way we played with the ball, because I know what we can do without the ball. But the way we played with the ball was, I think, also very good today.
Let's go.
Mo Salah, in his post-match interview with Sky, said that obviously this is the final year of his contract. No one from the club has talked to him about a new deal. How difficult would it be to replace a player of his quality, if indeed it is the final year?
Yeah, it's a lot of if, but at this moment he's one of ours, and I'm really, really happy with him being one of ours, and he plays really well. So I don't talk about contracts from players, but I can talk for hours about how Mo played today. But are you interested in that? So he was impressive, like the first 2 games as well. But if we talk about an individual, you don't do justice to all the other ones. Because I think today you saw a real good team performance, playing out from the back, high press, midfields that keep on running. So of course, all the attention goes out to Mo and to Lucio, but that doesn't do justice to the other 9 and the ones that came in.
Arne, so in what was your biggest game so far? You had your biggest win in simple terms. Is that something to do with time? Is it the occasion, or what maybe brought out a more?
I'm not 100% sure if all the people in the Netherlands agree with you if it was my biggest game, because Feyenoord Ajax is also a quite big game. But I think people all over the world see this as a bigger game than Feyenoord Ajax. So it was special to be involved in this game, and it's only special if you win it, and that's what we did. So really pleased that we won it, but maybe even more with the way how we did it today.
Arne, your midfield 3 were absolutely superb today. Ryan especially overwhelmed United. Do you feel that was an area of the pitch where you could really hurt them?
With the ball, we thought, yeah. When we had ball possession, we were hoping that we could find every time one of our midfielders open or free. But again, also these 3 played a very good game, I agree with you. But they need their centre-backs to play the ball through the lines. They need the centre-backs to be close to them for the moments that they cannot arrive. That then was Ibu there, Virgil was there. Virgil every time stepped into the midfield, defensively also. And like I said, it was a team performance, and you know me a bit now. It's always about the team, and then the individual can show himself. And I think all 11 of them and the ones that came in played a very good game. But that's no coincidence, because the team played really well.
Thanks, please.
There's obviously been a lot of talk around the holding midfield position. You went for Zubimendi and didn't go for an alternative. What is it you've seen in Ryan that convinced you he can kind of be that figure that drove the team on today?
his quality on the ball could be my first answer, but I think coming from the Netherlands, we all know how good he is with the ball. So he can be a really important player for our build-up game. But what impressed me most when I started working with him, how much he can run, and then how good he is when he arrives in the duel. And today you saw with him, Dominic and Maka, how much they were able to keep on running, because sometimes you're late, but then they just kept on running and arriving in the duel. So that is the one thing that impressed me most about him, how good he also is without the ball. Again, only 3 games played, only games from Saturday to Sunday or Sunday to Sunday. So there's still a lot for us to prove if you're going to play Champions League, because don't want to be the one that spoils everything. But 2 years ago was the last season that we played Champions League, and we all know how that season ended. So there's a lot to prove for us if we play the difficult games in Champions League and still be good during the weekends.
Last one, Dave Anderson.
Arne, clean sheets were an issue for Liverpool last season. You got 3 from 3 in your first 3 games. What defensively do you feel you've done?
I don't think that much difference. You are used to, if you follow Liverpool for a longer time, you're used to them pressing really high, and that's what we try to do now as well. And like I said, 3 games played. The first 2 with Ipswich and Brentford were difficult opponents, let that be clear. But I said before, I'm not expecting them to end up in the top 9. Today we played with United, a very good team with a lot of quality. So it impressed me that we could keep a clean sheet, although today we also needed a goalkeeper in 2 moments. So good start, let that be clear, but still a lot to prove.
Thank you, everyone.
Is that what it is? Oh, so
Right, Simon.
Erik, there's pictures of Casemiro leaving the ground, which have been reported as he left at half time. Could you just clarify why you took him off and when he left the stadium?
I can. I met him after the game in the dressing room, so he didn't leave the stadium at halftime. So, why I subbed him was because we are 2-0 down, and against the opponent as Liverpool with their qualities, they are very good. We had to take risk because we want to bounce back. Then you need players in the midfield who can cover ground. Therefore, we brought Toby Colley on the pitch.
Are you concerned Casemiro's in decline? I think it was 11 months ago you took him off at half-time against Brentford. You dropped him for the FA Cup final. He looks a shadow of the player he was in the first season.
So I think that in football everyone has to take responsibility, and I'm sure he's a great character and he won everything in his career what you can imagine, and I'm sure he will keep contributing to our team, and Casemiro is always winning, so he will be there.
Rob? Is there any frustration at all that obviously you're into your 3rd season now and we're still talking about missed chances, goals coming in quick succession, or chances coming in quick succession, defensive lapses, that after so long with these players that you're still having to answer the same questions?
No. So we will see. We just had 3rd game in the season. Again, we have to build a new team. I explained this so many times also on the Friday in the press conference. We will build this new team. We have young players. Also, we have now players to build in the season. Today we had, I think, 3 players first start of the season, and they didn't play 90 minutes. We will be fine. But it's clear we have to improve. But in the end of the season, I'm quite confident again. We will have a big chance to lift another trophy.
Any more? Dave?
I appreciate that Archie only came in on deadline day, but how much of a difference do you feel he will make when he eventually plays? And is there a concern that you maybe should have tried to get him or got him earlier in the window? Rather than
So this is another one. We have to build him in the team, and it will take time. And so it's not like I'm Harry Potter, and that is what you have to acknowledge. And if you see Manuel Ugarte, he didn't play so far in the season, not one match minute. And so he need to build his fitness state. And then we have to build him in the team, and then I'm sure he will contribute to our level, and he will be an important player. But that will take a couple of weeks, maybe even months, and that I think counts for more players. Also, for instance, Josh Zirkzee, he made big steps the last 3-4 weeks. I'm very pleased with his performance today, but I didn't expect this 4 weeks ago.
Are there any positives you can take from today, Erik?
What?
Are there any positives you can take from today?
I don't want to talk about positives today, and there are, but I don't want to talk about this. We have to take this defeat. It hurts. It hurts for us, especially for our fans. So we have to be humble. We have to give the compliments to Liverpool, and we have to move on.
Ian?
Hi, Erik. I appreciate what you say about players and players needing time to get in. That's undisputably true. The mistakes that your team made today are the mistakes that they've been making for 2 years. And what makes you confident that it's players that are the problem and not your coaching?
So what do you mean? Tell me then. Explain me. Maybe you can explain me which mistakes we make regular.
Well, constantly turning the ball over in your own half, playing the ball out from the back, getting mugged, chances come on the back of it, counter attacks when you're outnumbered. Giving up endless chances in your own stadium against the team's biggest rivals. With the greatest respect to it, we've seen that for so long now.
You are sure?
Absolutely.
I don't think otherwise you wouldn't win trophies as we did and to beat big opponents. So I'm sorry for you. I have another vision.
You wouldn't, with the greatest respect, you played brilliantly against City in that final. You almost lost to Cambridge in the semi-final. I mean, come on, let's have a realistic view of what happened there.
I think we won after City the most trophies in English football. So I'm sorry for you. Give another one question.
Last question, James.
Erik, just following on from Rob's point about when you concede, you often concede again quite quickly. When you came in, obviously you said you inherited a lot of problems. This team today is looking very much like your team. 6 of your new signings. There's three obviously academy players, with 2 of whom Garnacho in May you've obviously promoted. Is there a concern that once you concede one, you're very, very vulnerable again in the next 5 to 10 minutes?
It's difficult to say because this is the 3rd game in the season, and we had Fulham with a clean sheet. Against Brighton, we bounced back. We didn't concede so quickly. We concede in stoppage time from a set play. So I can't see a pattern for this now in the season.
Okay, thank you.